Like one thing to look at is like there's a ratio between like followers and likes. So if you get like if you have a lot of likes that is similar to your follower count, that's always really good. Comments, how active other people are on commenting on your stuff, how active you guys are commenting on your stuff. People actually taking the time to view your stories, reply to your stories, vote in polls, things like that. Anything like where people are actually interacting with your stuff and not scrolling past it.
So the ratio of engagement with particular posts compared to the number of followers that you have?
Yeah, that's usually what people tend to look at to see like, all right, how well are these posts doing? Like, because like if you don't have a lot of followers, but like your posts are getting like a decent amount of likes, usually it means like it's resonating with people who just like happen to find it and may not like even follow you yet. Or it just means like the people who do follow you really liked that post.
Cool.
Yeah, and I can keep adding to this. I just started like throwing like the most pertinent things and like most interesting things in there as well. And then I can add in like the links to like the full articles and research I was using as well.
Please do. This is already an incredibly helpful start. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. One of the things that we want to do for our content calendar is setting those engagement goals. So right now, like we've got a card for every day on the engagement. Maybe we do something to clean it up. We do like a week.
Yeah.
Like a weekly card.
Right.
Where it's like engagement goals for this week.
Yeah, so
like what are those key things? It's like following new people, replying to people's stories, sharing other people's stuff on Facebook. There's all these different things that we can do that are tokens of engagement.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are fans of Gary Vee. One strategy he likes, he calls it like the $1.80 strategy. And it's basically like...
Gary Vee?
Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk. He's a big like influencer, social media, like branding expert. Some of his stuff's really good. Some of it is like, all right, you're too full of yourself. But like one thing he suggests is like his whole mindset is like hustle harder. One strategy he recommends is he calls it the $1.80 strategy, and it's like go leave your 2 cents on other people's that you like and give like a real comment, not a generic comment, but like a comment relevant to their post, and do it until you equal $1.80. And so if every comment you're giving is 2 cents, I guess like 90 posts is $1.80, which is a ton. I probably wouldn't go that far, but I would just like think of that like, okay, let's set an amount of how many comments we want to put under other people's stuff per day.
Yeah.
And that's like a really good, easy to hit metric.
Right. And also, so that's one big one, comments. It could also be replies to other people's comments.
Yeah, definitely replies to other people's comments. I think if you get new followers, you guys could like do a like thank you for following video and just have that on hand to send to people as they follow you, like a direct message. Could be direct messaging bands that you guys like and are interested in, things like that. I would think of it more as like, I definitely start for the first, especially starting off, put metrics like you guys can control.
Yeah. So I would love to set those goals like right now. Like let's say that this is weekly engagement. So like comments. We should also like
differentiate between some.
So comments, follow. I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna say new follows.
Are you saying that we are going to follow new people or
Yes.
other people? Okay, got it.
Comments in groups.
Yeah, so I'll tell you. So I was at this. I was at a conference, I guess in June or July, somewhere around there. And I went to this Instagram monetization like session by this guy who he does like group management for artists, and he was like giving out like his Instagram blueprint. And then like he said the biggest thing he does is like when you go first, he'll go live, and he'll go live like 3 days in a row. And like the first day it's just like a Q&A session or interacting with people. Then he does it again the next day. Then but he might invite somebody. So he might like new follower, he'll DM them, have a conversation, invite them into the live stream. And then like the third day he might like pitch like, hey, go check out my album or something like that. And then another thing he does is he uses his stories. So he had an artist who had dropped an album, and people were like, and she posted a story, and it was just like one of those question stickers, and it was like, have you bought my album yet? And then the answers was like, yes or no, but I want it. And so if people hit no, but I want it, she messaged them and said, hey, saw you said you want my album, here's a PayPal link. And it's like, send me PayPal me $20 and I'll send you a signed copy of the album. And people were like, oh great, thank you, and thanking her for sending them the link to buy the album. And then they were paying her $20, and she was obviously sending out the album. And it was like, that's crazy that they're thanking you to buy your stuff. And so that's just like one way to engage people and use stories. And then what else? Let me see what else he was saying. But yeah, he said, so use the story survey to ask people if they want a product or if they already have one. And then he was saying, like, to get a song to have traction and to hit people's feed, you need to share it like 15 times per day. He was like, yeah, it sounds excessive, but not everybody's saying everything at the same time, just the way the album works. And he was like, definitely use the story for that. And it might be like weird to like self-promote it 15 times per day, but you'll see a lot of artists where when other people post about their song, they'll put that in their story. And so then it's not self-promotion, it's like user-generated content. So then it's like, oh, other people are listening to my song, you should too. And your goal is the 31-second mark in your song, because after 31 seconds you get paid for a stream. If they cut it off before then, you don't make any money off the stream.
Could you say that sentence again? You cut out a little.
What'd you say?
Could you say what you just said again? You cut out.
Oh, yeah, when people listen to your songs on streaming sites, you need to get them to listen for longer than 31 seconds, because the payout comes at 31 seconds. If they cut it off before then, you guys don't get paid for that stream. And then one thing he'd mentioned, and he was like, yeah, send short thank you videos to followers and then add a question, like ask them a question or give them a piece of advice. Just start engaging with them to build the relationship. They'll really appreciate it. Keeps things really quick. Like he'll just shoot like a video right there, thanks for the follow, and then he'll be like, oh, I really like that picture of you traveling, like what was the best thing you did in that city or something like that. And then he's like, yeah, it's not super scalable, but he's like, the return on it is great because people are super engaged. They feel like they really know you and that you really care, and are like get really committed after that.